What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Max Gallegos here with another sports rant. And oh boy, do we have a show for you. I put on a tie, a nice collared shirt, got dressed up for you guys today because I got to break some big news to you. My favorite sport in the entire world, not basketball, not football, not baseball or hockey. Though I love every sport. My favorite sport in the entire freaking world is track and field. And I thought I would talk about the UNM track and field team. They are heading to the uh, West Regionals, National Championship Regionals in this upcoming regionals championship. So it'll be like there's a West. The way it's the NCAA divides it up is there's Western prelims, there's Eastern prelims. The winners of those prelims race each other in the national championship, usually in Oregon. But last year it was in Oregon. But I wanted to highlight a couple things. First of all, the UNM women's track and field and cross country, rather, that too, swept cross country championships, Mountain West champions. They were the champions in the indoor track and field and the champions of the outdoor track and field. So congrats to them. That was insanely impressive. And the athletes that I would like to highlight and talk about is on the men's side, Mr. Cam Watts, who is a freak, to say the least. His PB in the 100 meters is a 10:08. So he is also not just a collegiate sprinter. He's also a UNM's plays football for UNM as a safety. He tried out with the Saints and the Chiefs recently, and he is qualified to run at the national prelims, the West prelims in these upcoming prelims. So it's pretty exciting. Also, another guy I would like to highlight. He probably is the best athlete at UNM right now. Not the most famous, not the most. He probably is. He is the most successful. The national champion, the national runner-up in cross country twice in a row, Mr. HABTUM Samuel. He runs. He will. He qualified in both the men's 5K and 10K. We'll see what he is. He is a lot better of a 10K runner, but these guys are inspiring, especially Mr. HABTUM Samuel. And I will talk about his story until the day I die, because he is an impressive human being. What he does on the track is mind-boggling. Last year during the national championship 10K race, there were 2 laps to go. This is crunch time. This is like 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, right? And he tripped. There was a stumble. He fell over. He was back. He was favored in this race. Blah blah blah. Whatever. He trips, falls, gets back up. With 2 laps to go, kicks it into an entirely different gear, and wins. Daps. Solos. That last 200 meters was cinema. You watch. I will link it below because it is awe-inspiring. And that's not the only feat he's done. Speaking of feat, during the 2024 cross country national championships. He was positioned at around, I think it was around 5,000 meters, 5K. So they run a 10. For those who don't know, the cross country national championships, cross country collegiate cross country, they run 10K, which is in American terms, it's 6.1 miles roughly. 6.1. Actually, I'll double check, but um, 6.2 miles. Excuse me. So 5K into that race, it is cold. It is wet. It's in Wisconsin in November. He loses his shoe. He lost his shoe. And he still got second place, which is insane. It was. I remember when I saw it, I was like, "Dang!" Because I was really banking homing for him uh, to get the natty, and it was just impressive because it's like the kid from Harvard won the day, but HABTUM Samuel won the heart. And what he does that's what he does. It is in the biggest moments something happens to him, but he doesn't let it hurt him. It is inspiring. It is so incredibly inspiring, and I will glaze the shit out of him till the day I die. I see him all the time running around UNM campus. He is an incredible athlete. He is not talked about enough. He is a national champion. And interviews, anything, walk up to him probably whenever. Humblest guy. Just run race. Like it's always about the race. Thank you, God. Back to there's no ego. This is a truly amazing and inspiring athlete. But also, and I am excited just to watch. This is track and field is so fun to watch because I feel like New Mexico has the most underrated track and field athletes. Another crazy track and field athlete from New Mexico. He's a high schooler. Give me 1 second, Mr. Charlie Voss from uh, Rio Rancho High School. At the NAX and at the Nike Cross Country Nationals. So let me give some backstory because not very many people know this. Not very many people follow cross country very closely, or at all, for that matter. The cross country that works in you can go to state if you are fast enough. You can go to nationals. Like there's certain levels of nationals, but the Nike cross country nationals is like the pinnacle of nationals. So it's like the top echelon of running in America in high school. That's the highest you can run at. And Charlie Voss was not considered a front runner in this race at all. He was not. He was not. He was not the one talked about winning this race, whatever, what have you. But the weather got rough. It started raining. It was muddy and cold and miserable. And the kid from New Mexico, the state that most people don't even know, couldn't point out on a map that thinks things are part of another country, comes out and steals the show and wins the entire race. After that race, he was named Gatorade Runner of the Year, or Gatorade Player of the Year. He's a runner, but he committed to BYU. This kid is incredible. And that's not to mention what happened just recently in the New Mexico 5A state championships, him and there was another athlete, Mr. Corbin Combs from Oregon Mountain High School in Las Cruces. They both broke the New Mexico 5A state record. Corbin Combs ran 850 in the 2 mile, or the 3,200 meters. Charlie Voss ran an 859. These are like national level times. They are some of the best athletes in the nation, and they deserve a lot more praise than they get. I feel like that's something that kind of gets overlooked a lot. Track and field, especially in track and field, even in track and field, it's like, oh, whenever we talk about track and field, we talk about Usain Bolt. 100 meters, 9.5. Insane. Talk about the sprinters, right? We don't really talk about the distance guys. The guys who run more laps, probably spend more time running, work harder, talk like they are the pinnacle of just being like, yeah, just put my head down, work hard. You ask any track coach from at any level, it's like, yeah, who's your like hardest worker? Who's the ones who show up every day and don't really complain about the long, painful drills, workouts? It's the distance guys. There are some exceptions for sure, but these guys are cut from a different cloth. New Mexican runners, the ones who run for UNM, Josh Kerr ran for UNM. Josh Kerr, if you don't know who Josh Kerr is a world champion in the 1,500 meters, or the almost a mile. He is a silver and bronze medalist in that same event at the Olympics. And he was the first UNM track athlete to run sub 4. He has kind of been the catalyst for the UNM track program being what it is today. For us being able to bring in guys like HABTUM, Samuel. But it's truly awe-inspiring. And it's brought in tons of different guys. We have now in the men's distance, we have had now. I don't want to butcher his name. Evans Gilglapet, who also, like HABTUM, is running the 5K and the 10K at the prelims, the West prelims. Collins Kripchogic is going to be running the men's 5K. Matthew Elderdory will be running the men's 1,500 meters. Emmanuel Kipkuri will be also running the 5K and the 10K. That usually how that works is these guys will you can only run like a certain amount of distance per meet, and the meet lasts 2 days, for those who don't know. And so these guys will have to, like, if they're like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna focus on either the 5K or the 10K, and whichever the one they feel more comfortable, their coach, they'll talk it over with the coach, see what they want to do for like points, or just in an individual, like for individual purposes, for other stuff. So they'll kind of discuss it and see, like, okay, well, we can get more points here if you run the 5K, or if you run the 10K as a more personal right, just as an example. And so that's kind of where, so they'll pick if in the prelims if they want to go for either or. But also we have Matthew Korsegi, who will be running the 3K steeple, which, if those who don't know, the steeplechase is 3,000 kilometers, and then there's uh, obstacles, and then there's one obstacle in the middle of the track, and then there's one big obstacle that everybody has to run over with the water pit. That's the one you always see, but you don't see it in high school because a lot of tracks are not equipped for it. But that's cool. That's awesome. We also have Iker Sanchez, who qualified in the men's 5K. So this is we have. Wait, hold on. Let me see again. Oh, there's so many. In distance alone, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 11 guys qualified for the West prelims. It was really impressive. Mr. Thomas Termote, Vincent Breacher, and like these are both going to be. Vincent is going to be running the 5K and the 10K, and uh, Thomas Treachemote will be also running the men's 10K. So exciting stuff. And that's not even mentioning like Cam Watts, who is a beast. Like just give him like flowers to him because that's being a dual sport athlete in college, but also doing it for New Mexico. That's what really gets to me. I feel like noticed and recognized. Getting workouts with NFL teams is a safety. Like that's crazy. It's something you don't see. Like I feel as a New Mexican that our state does kind of get overlooked, especially because we don't have the sports. Like Alabama has Alabama Crimson Tide football. Even West Virginia, their football team is just known. Like people are like, oh yeah, I know what like West Virginia football. That's where Geno Smith went, right? People ask where did Brian Urlacher go to college? New Mexico, right? Only true ball knowers will know that one, but most people didn't. It feels, it brings me joy when guys like this of this caliber, guys like Donovan Dent, are here. Guys like Nelly Jr. Joseph, who is also just a stud. It makes me emotional because it feels like they are fighting. It feels like I'm part of it. I've never had that. I've never had the athletes live in my area. There's no pro sports teams here, and New Mexico is a great place and has the energy. And if you ever go to a game, a basketball game at the pit, it's electric. We need to we need to support our, but we also need to support our national champion, and we need to support our track and field program, which is very successful. But that's probably all that I'm going to be ranting about tonight. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night, rest of your day, whenever you're listening to this. But also, before you go, please go like my Instagram at Another Sports Rant. I'll link it below. My TikTok at Another Sports Rant. My X at Another Sports Rant, or Twitter at Another Sports Rant. And yeah, leave a comment, like, subscribe. You know the drill. Um, but yeah, always believe in yourself. I love you guys. Bye.